EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Pacific Northwest and the bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Pacific Northwest and the bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Houston Texans and the Portland Lumberjacks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Noah Igbinoghene from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Down. Fight, 97. Ready.
On play action, Young. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Check smash. Set.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Young's throw here on target to Hurst. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Ready.
The play fake, now Young. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Down.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
So a decision to throw out that challenge flag, a good one, as they'll get credited with a completion. Young on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Touchdown! Adam Thielen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lumberjacks are on the board first here this afternoon. picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into? A free hitter.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. Stays on his feet. And still fighting. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Third down and 10. Now Young. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. When you look at this defense, they come into top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Hey, check that, street.
Stroud on 3rd down now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. That throw by Young incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really wanted him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. That's caught by Mingo, right side. Touchdown! Jonathan Mingo, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Lumberjacks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Here is 3rd down and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. And that one too wide and incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Stroud. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
On the ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. They go play action. Young. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Blue strike. Set.
Throwing. Young. Wide open. It's Marshall, complete. It is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Ready.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Steel black. Ready. Ready.
Here is Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Yards to go.
Red. Yellow. Cut. Cut.
It'll be Young again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Young, he's going to change it up.
Shot. 17.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Ready, set.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Slide blue.
Again, it's Young. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Cycle. Cut.
It's Young off play action. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Good coverage yet again down here by the goal line. Everyone's blanketed, and he's forced to throw it away and try and come up with something on 3rd down.
Okay.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. To the air once more, Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lumberjacks take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball, definitely coming from his head coach.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Stroud now on 2nd down. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I know this offense was expecting to do... Hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Ready up.
Thielen going to go in motion right.
Hey, move.
Off the play fake, Young. Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Ready?
On second and a long way to go. Young. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready?
Young. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, third and long.
Here we go.
Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready? Bronco switch.
And Stroud now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That is caught and out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Stroud. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Ready, break. White. Set.
Following the interception, Young eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A play fake. Now Young. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Going for it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Ready?
Second down and 6 now. The second down throw now from Stroud. This is caught. It's Woods. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
First down.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Go!
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And it is 28-0. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Phillips now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
That ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready? Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And that is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of the gun, it's Young. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approached this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Young. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Fielded at the 20. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
Touchdown! Miles Sanders, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Lumberjacks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stroud to throw it. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Ready?
Stroud out of the gun here. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, Young again. That's to Marshall on a quick slant. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Young. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's Stroud. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hey, smash Bronco! Go!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And now here's another interception. He's on his way. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Okay, break.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Texans 7. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. 105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Ready.
A first down throw for Young. He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Young off the play fake. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Here we go.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Young to throw it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. This punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Here we go. Start.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, here's Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan, and he'll be out right at the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Okay, ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. That'll be caught left side by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Get it.
First and 10, it's Stroud. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get... And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there. 53 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Running right, here's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Here we go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Opposite. 3.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Set.
2nd and 11.
Needle blue. Black Ultra.
And Young's going to throw it here. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Young will set to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You could almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers. 19 Lions. Check.
Now Stroud. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check mash. Ready.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Portland, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans,